All right, hey, what's up, guys? It's Coach Mac. Play fast football. Have to bear with me. I'm a little bit under the weather. My youngest daughter got sick, and I recently just caught it myself, kind of yesterday going into last night. So dealing with a little bit of a cold, sore throat. So we'll make it through this video. Please kind of bear with me a little bit. I'm gonna do a video today on 4 strong passing concepts. I think it's been something that I think has taken hold on social media with a lot of things going on in the NFL. A lot of the great minds like Andy Reid and Sean McVay and what they've been able to do now, and people are looking at the Kyle Shanahans of the world and the top NFL offensive minds and taking a look at what they're trying to do. And I think one of the things that people are starting to notice is 4 strong passing game and what it does to defenses and why it can be so effective on offense. All right, make sure you check out some of our sponsors, GameStrat, which is our sideline replay system, in the description box below. I will put a link for GameStrat to take you directly to their site, so that you can check their sideline replay system out. We've used it the last 2 years. Awesome product, awesome customer service. More and more people are using it each year. They'll be a vendor at the Play Fast Clinic in January. Difference USA, which is the ultimate striking machine. All right, check out Difference USA if you're looking to improve your striking in the offseason. Just Play Football, which is a company that takes its digital software, helps bring your program to the next level. It's the only play drawing diagram tool that I will use, so make sure you check out Just Play Football. Defense Coordinator 1, which is an in-game app letting you make critical adjustments in-game based on live in-game data, so it's a whole new way of making adjustments as a coordinator, so make sure you check out Defense Coordinator 1. Then, as always, Dome Hats, which is a major sponsor of Play Fast Football. This is one of our Dome Play Fast Football hats with Play Fast Football on the back. Dome will be at our clinic in January in St. Augustine. They're a big part of what we do and why we do it, and they made this clinic. They're one of the companies, along with Baker Sporting Goods and Score Fundraising, that made this clinic possible. So make sure you check out all of our sponsors, all right? Going to get into the video a little bit quicker than I normally do because I don't know how long my voice is going to hold up and how long I can talk in front of the camera. So talking about 4 strong passing concepts. Kind of, in my opinion, 2 different ways to get to it. Obviously, 3x1 or motioning to 3x1, but then you can also get to it. I'll draw up in a second one of my favorite ways to get to one of our favorite plays in a 2-back setting with 2 backs stacked near to get 4 strong. But when you start talking about pushing 4 strong, what it gives you the ability to do is it gives you the ability to run some of the same concepts that you're comfortable running and some of the same concepts that you're comfortable teaching your quarterback, with the ability to use an extra route as either another space occupier that could possibly be in the progression, or potentially a route that runs something out, all right, that makes it extremely tough on the defense. So what I've got drawn up in the first one, all right, is your typical, all right, curl flat combination or a curl flat spot combination, all right, with a wheel route drawn in to eat up and occupy what I think would be the flat player in this style of defense. So if we're playing a defense that is some type of stress or solo or some type of poach concept where the backside safety is going to try and take 3 vertical, and they've got palms on 1 and 2, and they've got the down safety in between 2 and 3, that down safety probably has to carry the wheel of 3 in most scenarios that I know of in pattern match defense. Okay, so when we take 1 and we run them on the curl, and we take 2 and we run them on the inside spot, if we can get that strong safety out with the wheel route, if he has to carry the wheel route of 3 and we get him out, now when we push the back, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to match that by pushing the wheel all the way over to the spot and the mic all the way over onto the back. All right, which is, number one, that's a lot of work. All right, it's a lot of work to do. It's a lot of teaching to do to get linebackers to push that strong. All right, it's a lot of space to push that far to that spot route or to push that mic all the way to that tailback. Even, I saw a comment from a guy that I responded to about a lot of watching games yesterday and in a lot of big games, a lot of missed tackles. Yeah, because there's a lot of really good players on offense. And what I'm trying to convince our quarterbacks all the time is if we get our back pushed, all right, and their Mike linebackers matching it, if we throw in the ball early enough and make that Mike linebacker have to tackle your back in space, that's a matchup that you want. Even though, yeah, but coach, that guy's covered, the linebacker's running with him. Yeah, I get it. I get it that they're covering him, or they're pushing, or they're working to him, but you get it to him early enough and you understand the leverage and you understand how hard it is for a Mike linebacker to tackle a good tailback in space, that's actually not a bad play. All right, even though they are working to push with that, it's not a bad play. So to push both those linebackers if the strong safety runs with the wheel. Now, if the strong safety passes the wheel onto the corner, all right, and the strong safety kind of sits in the curl flat window, you know, how they play defense will dictate how you want to run some of these routes and how you want to attack, all right, with some of these routes. But a lot of times that strong safety, if they're playing a palm structure on 1 and 2, and they're taking the backside safety to handle 3 vertical, well, then a lot of times that strong safety is going to be a swing deep at 3 player. If we can get him out with that wheel route, all right, which the toughest thing, in my opinion, to teach young quarterbacks and kids is, you know, teaching them sometimes that the tag is not the ball that needs to be thrown. That might be the tag that occupies the coverage to throw another ball. So if I were to wheel this number 3, to me, in my opinion, all right, in my opinion, if I were to wheel this number 3, it would be kind of to get the back in the flat, all right, with a conducive matchup on a linebacker or somebody chasing, because what I think might be the curl flat player has expanded to take a wheel route. So I'm trying to kind of open up the flat, all right, for that running back is really what I'm trying to do, all right, in essence, in that theory. I don't think I'm going to, unless they blow the coverage, I don't think that wheel is going to be the big thing that comes wide open. It might, all right. I don't think the curl is going to be that big of a deal, because one way or the other, all right, now, depending on how they play the wheel, if the curl comes off to try to help, if the corner comes off to try to help the wheel, maybe the curl window gets open. In my opinion, I'm pushing 4 strong to get spacing for that back on that route. Now, the great thing about football is we're going to throw the ball to who they don't cover, and the defense will take away what they want to take away based on coverage and based on how they're taught and how they react. And then the quarterback's job is to put the ball where they don't cover. But if I was running a curl spot flat concept like this, it'd be because I think I can get the back out in a conducive matchup, all right? One of the other things we like to do, all right, and I don't know why I thought about this the last week since our season's been over, and I don't know why we don't do it more. We love running 3-man snag. We love all the tags to 3-man snag, all right? And now out of 3x1, you can get yourself in a situation where you can run, all right, your 3-man snag game with a spacing concept and a flat route, okay? So now you get, all right, you get yourself into a scenario where, again, based on the coverage, if this was the coverage, you're going to put the pressure on that strong safety, all right? Probably not going to get the corner throw more often than not against that coverage, all right? Snag's going to come in, strong safety. He's got to think whether or not he needs to push, all right, with the back. The Mike may start to push, but the spot route in here will eat up the Mike push probably, unless, again, the Mike pushes past the spot route to the snag while the strong safety pushes to the tailback while the will linebacker, all right, pushes to the new spot route, all the while playing man-to-man with no help on the backside there. All right, that's a lot of things going on when you push 4 strong. That's a lot of things going on for the defense to figure out. Is the Mike going to get eaten up by that spot route? Can he push? If he can't push, now we've got east-west on the strong safety. If the Mike is able to push, can the will get to, all right, can the will get to the new spot so that they can now equate? How are they going to get numbers over here? They need will, Mike, and strong safety down in that version of coverage for them to get numbers, right? It's really a numbers game. So, within all that, within the RPO systems and everything that's going on now, what you're also seeing is teams pushing 4 strong and then taking the quarterback and using him as a damn runner, all right, in quarterback draws. All right, it happened last night. If you're an Alabama fan like I am and you lose a game to LSU, Alabama has a lot of flaws. They're not the team everybody thinks they are. They're young in a lot of spots on defense, and they fight their way back into that game last night, and when they need to make a play, Joe Burrow runs a design quarterback draw for about 15 yards and puts the knife right in their heart, all right? All of these pattern matches. And if you watch that game, by the way, you saw that Alabama was floored in coverage, and Joe Burrow and LSU can now do some things to them because they have young linebackers, all right? They have freshman linebackers playing. On every play, they're looking around like, Coach, what's the check? What the hell am I doing? All right, so this stuff is tough on defenses. It's tough when you put 4 strong to get high school kids to realize how to match in a pattern match coverage, how to get 5, all right, because that's the goal of the defense. How the hell are we going to get 5 on their 4? All right, and then we need to try and get maybe 2 on their 1. How are we going to get numbers over there? Okay, so when you take your normal passing concepts, and again, I don't think you have to create anything crazy. All right, I think you take your normal passing concepts, all right, and within those normal passing concepts, I think you just add, all right, you just add something in to that normal passing concept, and you just make it, all right, something that your kids understand. That's harder to, all right, cover. If you are if you're a stick person, again, getting back to spacing routes, if you're a stick person, all right, and you want to go with that vertical, okay, and you want to run, all right, maybe you want to run some type of stick inside or some type of stick. Well, how about now take 3, all right, and run him on the inside spot. Take 2 and run him on the stick route and push the back, all right, to the flat. Now you've got to understand, are they going to expand with the stick? Are they going to expand under the spot? What do they do to the back? I mean, it's all simple passing concepts. You don't have to recreate new concepts. You don't have to come up with anything revolutionary in the passing game. Just take your normal concepts, add a 4th guy into the route, which becomes really, you're adding a flat guy. So like for us, traditionally speaking, for us, we're like kind of Noma's own passing game, and like Oklahoma, I think used to be a lot. I know some of it's changed, but for us, we are a lot of tailback push, tailback out in the route. All right, so we are a lot of tailback push, 5-man protection. Have to understand where we're going to throw the ball, all right, if we get certain pressures. But that's who we are, okay? So when we add a 3rd guy over here, now all we got to figure out is within our schemes of tailback push type stuff, all right, how are we now going to take the route that we are now getting with the tailback, so that if I wanted to run like a traditional flood concept and I wanted to run, all right, something like, that flood concept. Well, my number 3 is the guy that's going to the flat. Okay, so whether it be that flood concept, all right, or whether it be like 3-man snag from trips, whether it be something like snag, corner, all right, flat, whatever it may be, that 3 that's going to the flat, if I take the tailback and add him as a 4th guy, and most of the time make him a flat guy, all right, yes, we could probably release him under here to be a spot guy. I get that. Some of these other routes are probably too hard for the tailback to replace, all right? So for most of the time, for us, for simplicity purposes, verbiage, terminology, our back is going to push a lot of the time, all right? Doesn't make it right or wrong. Doesn't make it what I think is the way that has to be done. I think, the tailback being able to run checkdowns and angles and Texas routes, and I mean, there's a lot to that. It's just, can you get to it? Can you teach it all the verbiage? Can you signal it? So we push them a lot. Well, now if we push them, what we got to understand is when we push them, we don't need the 3 on that flat route anymore. So if we gain him on the flat route and we don't need the 3, where are we going to gain the 3? All right, what are we going to do? What are we going to game plan to gain the 3? If it's a too high structure and we feel like we can get a matchup on a linebacker, are we going to gain this 3 on the juke concepts? All right, kind of like the Patriots do, where they go outside, where they go hitches outside, inside seams, they go to empty 3x1, and if teams try to stay too high, that Mike is going to be the guy that's got to match 3, and then they win on that number 3 juke concept. Are we going to be that team? Is that going to be something we try to do with number 3? All right, but the bottom line is, if we're pushing 4 strong, okay, if that guy is my flat replacement, I now have a new toy to play with over there. All right, I still have, all right, 3-man snag. Now it becomes 4-man snag, which makes it even crazier, and I have a new toy to play with because I have an extra route here. Make it spacing and bring him in here. Sit him down and make it a true spacing route. All right, if teams are trying to play man-to-man or they're trying to match it, now they got to get through this spot route, this snag route to get to that back in the flat. Okay, so 4 strong is something that I think you're going to see a lot more of. You're starting to see a lot more of it now. I think it's going to continue to be a trend. I think whereas the trend used to be 3x1 back into the boundary and get the back man-to-man, you still see it because it's such a great concept. But now I think you're starting to see 4 strong. And then for me, as a 20 or 11 personnel Y off type guy, all right, I like and I think it's, as a defensive guy, I know it's a pain in the neck for us. I like 4 strong out of that set. Okay, so what I like doing for us, and again, I'll just keep it simple in our snag concept, all right? What I like doing for us is I like running our normal snag concept. Okay, so I like running our normal 3-man snag. So we go corner, we go snag, we go tailback push, and then I like running the H on the tube route. Okay, in that structure of coverage, okay, in that structure of coverage, the way that they're trying to play it, they either have to take the backside safety, all right, to the middle of the field, all right, and he's got to be that extra kind of vision break, what we call a Hawkeye, to the middle of the field. If it is traditional 2-read or quarters concepts, and they're trying to use the backside safety to bracket back here, all right, you know that the Mike linebacker is the guy that's got to carry number 3. So you know in a traditional quarters or 2-read scheme, the Mike linebacker has to carry 3 vertical. Well, now Mike was also in a pattern match scheme, and Mike was also the guy that was going to try and match this snag when the strong safety pushed when he got out leveraged by 3. So now if I take the H on the tube and the Mike has to run with the tube vertical, they can't match the snag. Now I got the snag and the back on the strong safety. Now they would have to be good enough, all right, to say that the will is going to have to get over here to match the vertical so that the Mike can push to the snag so that the strong safety can push to the back. That is a lot of work in high school, trust me. We are a pattern match team. We are a 2-read team. That is a ton of work. Normally when a team can do this, what we have to do is we normally have to take this weak safety and we normally have to push him over here to help. Okay? Now, when we do that, guess what? Now that we've done that, we know that we've got man here, and we know that we've affected how they play the run surface back here. Right? So, I personally am a big fan. I know that 3-by-1, with the receivers on the field and with the athletes that are on the field, you probably have more route options or combinations, but for those of you that are playing with this guy, that's kind of a Y-off. He's your really good receiver. He's not just a fullback sniffer type. When you start using him in routes and you start pushing the back here, that 4 strong to me, all right, starts to become a really, really good option. You know, if you start thinking about, what if you ran flood? All right, if that guy's a dude and can get there. And obviously protection is going to be huge. I get it, guys. I understand. What if you ran flood and took him on a post route and you use this guy as the sail? Similar to what kind of LSU did to Alabama right before the half when they threw the touchdown to Allaire, number 22. You know, similar in nature, but what if you ran some type of flood concept, took a post route to maybe occupy a safety, and you took this guy and you made him the 10-yard out? All right, so I think 4 strong is going to be something you see a lot of. Like I said, Andy Reid's doing it. I think Sean McVay and some other guys in the NFL are doing it. A lot of great college guys doing it. A lot of great high school guys doing it. There's been guys around here I know that have been, you know, running 4 strong because I've had to defend it. And I think for us personally, I think I've got to take a better look at it. I think I've got to take my concepts that I really, really like 3-man snag, and I got to push 4 strong and just adjust those. I don't think I have to come up with 50 new passing concepts for our kids to understand. I think I just need to take the ones that I like, whether it be curl flat or 3-man snag, and add 4 strong to it. Then I just need to be able to teach the quarterback how hard it is for the defense to match those, and if they have to rotate the coverage in a way that is conducive to match 4 strong, where can we win on the other side? All right, so just a thought out there that wanted to do this weekend when I was looking through some stuff on social media and looking at some of the concepts I saw yesterday being run, and then some things that I saw talking about 4 strong and what Andy Reid's doing. So just an idea of how to get 4 strong in the passing game and how it can affect the defense. Anybody that's a veteran out there that has served in the military or has family, enjoy your Veterans Day this weekend. Enjoy your day off tomorrow if you have a day off. All right, as always, I appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click notifications so you know every time that we do a video. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you like or don't like the video. Make sure you comment every time. I will respond to every comment that I get a chance to respond to. All right, I try to respond to about 99.9% of them. All right, remember that the first Play Fast Football Clinic is coming up in about 2.5 months, January 24th, 25th, 26th, in St. Augustine, Florida, right on the ocean at the Embassy Suites. Hotel's only about a year old. Make sure you go to www.playfastfbclinic.com. That's www www.playfastfbclinic.com to get your information on the first ever Play Fast Football Clinic. We've got a lot of good speakers. I'm getting ready on social media today to announce another one today. So got about 5 or 6 speakers announced, 2 guys on a head coach's all-star panel. That's going to be great. And then another one getting announced today. So excited about it. All right. Happy to be, never happy to lose games, but the off-season as a football coach is a great time of year. Clinic season is a great time of year. Learning through social media and other platforms is a great time of year. So being able to put on our own clinic with the help of Baker Sports Dome hats and Score Fundraising is it's kind of a lifelong dream come true for me in this profession. So excited about it, looking forward to it, looking to get better myself and learn. As always, I appreciate everything you guys do for Play Fast Football. Remember, you won't play well until you play fast. I'll catch you guys next time.